The Institute of Justice and Reconciliation recently hosted a 3-day engagement as part of its community healing initiative, which has been run in many parts of Cape Town in South Africa. The main focus of this session was show race had influence to the country and continued being difficult conversation for the country to have.
Our community healing session had participants from around Cape Town who wanted to add their voice to important conversations about race.
Current context as we are politically, we are approaching elections next year, and we know that race in South Africa's, politics is huge because our politics has been characterized by racialized narratives of what is right and what is wrong, what needs to happen. Even our past, we come from a past of institutionalized racism. So if you try to undo that, you've got to use at times, some people would not like it, but we've got to continue to use some of these racial categories.
Felicity Harrison, who is an IJR facilitator, gave a talk in which she said racism has not been clearly defined as it does not cover the depth of the issue.
Well, I think that this is one of the problems that we have, is that we have many competing definitions of racism. I think that one of the biggest problems in the white community is that there is a very defined and small, narrow definition which is used. And by using that definition, many white people don't have to actually engage with the issues around microaggressions and racism that black people and colored people face every day.
I think what was a learning for me in this process today was that this was a space created for us to deal with a very difficult topic, which is race, and racism in South Africa. And it's always not an easy thing to deal with.
We go into what some people would call racialized identity politics. So the good would be one race, the bad would be another race. Those who are progressive would be a particular race. So if you look, for an example, especially in the province of the Western Cape, it's the only province where the black African majority is not in the majority.
Harrison also said the problem in addressing racism lies within institutions that have not been truly transformed since the birth of democracy.
All of these institutions in society promote whiteness and promote whiteness as the norm, and don't take into account that we are a majority black country and that there are other voices that need to be heard in these institutions, and that we need to make these institutions places where everybody can feel at home.
Chief Hamish Aris says the rural areas experience a different kind of racism compared to that of the cities,
whereby awareness sessions is not so much in terms of the suburb. People are still huge afraid because it's like you're going to lose your job if you come up with a racism statement.
At times of political elections, you're likely to find that there are always new voices that come up because the playing field a little bit more.
But Baba, there's a lot wrong. There's a lot wrong going on in our schools. Age limits, corporal punishment. Can you do that whenever? Hey, Wadin. I'm trying to make you a man. I'm a true policeman. A man of strength. And loyalty.
For our City News, I am Kanya Lumgwana, Cape Town.